Welcome to Stretford Paddock. I'm Ronaldo Brown and I'm back with the news. After a little bit of a hiatus, I've been a little bit ill, a little bit under the weather. Disclaimer, it's not coronavirus, so I'm not giving it the rest of the lads. And I'm back and I'm a little bit excited actually. There's a bit of news, Donny van der Beek and the rest of it. And there's been a little bit of developments over the night. There's been stuff about Roma, Smalling, Upamecano, been practicing his name all night. And a little bit on Fred as well, so let's get into the news, and I know that's what you're all here for, so let's get started. With the first bit of news is surrounding defender Chris Smalling, and I feel like this has been a bit of an ongoing saga now of whether he's gonna will he come back, or will he not leave? Will he or will he not? Basically, is what I should say. And there's been a little bit more fire to the actual smoke surrounding him with Fabrizio Romano about 11 hours ago on Twitter, suggesting that United expect to receive a new bid soon from Roma to sell Chris Smalling on a permanent deal. The United board are also working to sign a new CB if a good opportunity will be on the market in the next week. So it looks as if this could be the end for Smalling, and if Roma actually definitively want the player and they do pretty much put in a bid that is respectable enough for United to actually agree to it, then we could see him on his way. But as he's very much suggested, it depends on if we actually find a suitable replacement on the market and whether we can actually sign someone. Obviously, Smalling's, as I've been on the record saying, is a good defender, he's good defensively, but he's just not a footballer. And that's just the bottom line of it, is he's technically inept. And where we're trying to go and where we're trying to push forward, he doesn't quite suit what we're trying to do. I know that we've had our centre-back problems. Defensively, we've been all right, but we've got 7 centre-backs currently at United, and we haven't got a definitive standout 2. I know we've had the Lindelof and we've tried the Maguire dynamic, and that's kind of, it's been suitable. It's kind of kept us afloat, but it's about making that step up now. And obviously with Maguire basically being a convicted felon now as well, it doesn't exactly help situations. Lindelof being a little bit lightweight. We do need someone to bring in a centre-back area that offers a little bit of dynamism, a little bit quicker, a little bit stronger, and can kind of cover up for the mistakes, because the mistakes are still in the game with the centre-back partnerships right now. And if we are going to get rid of Smalling, then we do need to find a good replacement, and that's how I kind of see it. With the Roma interest, I know he's had quite a good loan there, and that seems to be the case for a lot of players that go to Italy. I don't know whether the drop down in pace from the Premier League to Italy might suit players and kind of gives them an extra few years that they might not have had at the English level. And that could be the way forward. Obviously, if Smalling wants to go forward and kind of kick on in his career, and he's got obviously found his new lease of life for Roma, and they come with a suitable bid, I say we bank the money and then find a suitable replacement. But you let me know what you think about the Chris Smalling speculation. Are you happy he's going, or have you seen his form in Roma and would rather see him back? And be a little bit of squad depth when you get the likes of Phil Jones and Rojo out of the squad. You think keeping Smalling as a bench option or along them lines might be suitable? Just let us know what you think, or let me know who you'd like to see brought in if we do sell him. So that's the news on Chris Smalling. And into the second bit of news. It is surrounding Leipzig centre-back Dayot Upamecano, which is a man that I've been trying to practice his name to pronounce all last night because I didn't want to F that up, and I think I've said it quite correctly. Is that alright, Cam? Yeah, that's alright, Cam. Right, thanks, mate. But the suggestions were the reports in Germany claimed, which is ESPN report, which never that reliable, but reports in Germany claim that Dayot Upamecano has a €42 million release clause which can be triggered at the end of the 2021 season, but Solskjaer wants to recruit this window. Sources say there is belief that a deal can be struck with RB Leipzig this summer. And in addition to that, really, according to the Telegraph, which is a little bit better, Solskjaer wants to move for Dayot Upamecano before selling any of his current centre-backs. So it's not really a case of being kind of pushed into signing him if we get rid of a couple of centre-backs, and then it's a little bit paper thin in that area. It just seems as though Solskjaer wants the player and he's someone he's looking at, and regardless of if he sells anyone, he wants to bring him in pretty much, which is the kind of aggressiveness that you want to see. I know there's been a report, it was a couple of days ago, that apparently that Matt Judge took a little diversion to Cologne, which is in Germany, to obviously negotiate some sort of deal or some sort of transfer negotiation. I know people quite hopeful that it might have been Jadon Sancho that he was trying to sort out. But if it's not him, then it could be this Upamecano deal that could gain a little bit of traction now that we've signed Donny van de Beek. And Upamecano's basically what we've described that we've needed as United fans. Is the athletic, strong centre-half partner for Maguire that we might be missing out on. And I think it's something that I want to see happen. It depends. Obviously, it looks quite cheap as well. 42 million euros in this current climate is fairly cheap, and I would like to see that happen. And hopefully, it's not just speculation, and United are actually starting to pull their finger out. I know there's been suggestions United have actually been feeling the pressure because the other top 6 sides are actually making their moves, and they're being a little bit aggressive, and we're being a bit more reactive now. But I don't want that to come across that United are being more reactionary than proactive in the transfer market. I feel like we're a club that if we need people to bring in and we need players to bring in, we need to do that, and we don't need to wait to see the likes of Chelsea and City make big moves to think, oh shit, it's time for us to do something. We need to make sure that we've definitively got people we want to bring in and a certain pathway of who you want to bring in and how they're going to improve the squad, and just do it early so you can settle them in the squad and then you're ready and raring to go for the season. And in addition to Dayot Upamecano, there was also a report obviously about a couple hours ago from the Times that in terms of pounds, it's 37.5 million that United could get him for on his release clause, and that looks like a complete bargain to me. If you get that in and he gets a deal done, I don't see how. Obviously, Leipzig's saying no. There should be a selling club at this moment, and United need to start making progression. If the Jadon Sancho stuff has gone a little bit cold, we need to fulfill other areas, and that's how I see it. So let me know what you think about the Dayot Upamecano speculation and whether you see that actually happen. And obviously, if it does happen, you can catch it with us because we'll make sure to be following it quite closely, as I'm sure you will back home. But let us know what you think. Well, the last bit of news is the Dutch man. I'm not going to say flying Dutchman, that's a little bit cliche, but Donny van de Beek has completed his United medicals according to Fabrizio Romano. The paperwork with Ajax is done. He will sign until 2025 for a fee of 40 million euros plus 5 million euros in add-ons, which I cannot believe. If he is the actual star man or player I would think he is, with championship and league pedigree, and we've got him in for that cheap, it's a shrewd bit of business. I can't remember the last time that United have completed a deal so efficiently and so quickly. It was about 24 hours getting this pushed over the line, and it shows that United still have the pulling power of, if you want to get someone and we want to do it definitively, we can do it. So it kind of makes me think that with these other kind of transfer negotiations that we do, that it might be just a situation where the likes of Ed Woodward or Matt Judge are going in there a little bit half-hearted, and we need to be much more ruthless, and this shows that we can be. And with this Donny van de Beek coming in, it's a step in the right direction. I know a lot of people are wondering how he's going to kind of fit into the squad. A midfield of Donny van de Beek, Bruno and Pogba looks a bit forward-thinking, so to say, but he has played about 6 or 7 games in defensive midfield for Ajax last season, so he can do that role. And if you're playing against teams that are looking to play a low block and we need to break them down, which we did have problems with earlier in the season, I don't see how a midfield three of them can't work, and that's a very creative front three. Well, not front three, midfield three, and that can provide a lot of problems for those teams and could see us run through a lot of teams next season, and that's what I would like to see. And even if he doesn't definitively start, or it actually provides a little bit of pressure for the likes of Pogba and Bruno to perform. And we know that our squad depth has been very, very, very paper thin. So it's just a good deal. And I know obviously it looks a bit. You've got the opposing fans getting their little 2 pence in already, and I think they're just jealous that we've managed to secure a deal, secure a man that has been wanted by the likes of Real Madrid and PSG for so cheap. And I'm excited to see how he actually gets on. I know that Virgil van Dijk has pretty much confirmed it himself by speaking about it in the Netherlands press conference, saying that he's a quality player. Obviously, he's not happy to see him come to United, but he's pretty much saying that he's a good player, he's quality, and he'll basically transition seamlessly into the Premier League game. And obviously, you're seeing how Edwin van der Sar has replied to Rio Ferdinand. It seems like everyone's quite waxy lyrical about him. Waxy lyrical, shout out to Jay. That's a little Jay reference there, but I'm quite excited, and it looks like United are actually making moves, and that is what I'm here for. So I'm I'm glad to see that happen. He's completed his medical, and we should be seeing Donny van de Beek in a United shirt fairly soon. So it's all getting a little bit exciting, regardless if I don't look it. And I'm a bit laid back, but I'm a very excited man. And United are making moves and coming back to where we need to be. And that's what I like to see. So that's been Stretford Paddock. As I've just said, this has been Ronaldo Brown. This is the news in Old Trafford, and make sure that you tune in every single morning for us. We're here every single day. We're going to be following all the news now. United are actually making a bit of progress, a bit of moves, so we should have actually stuff to report to you. But that's been the news. I'm Ronaldo, and see you next time.